Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to talk about ND filters or neutral density filters and why you might want to put one on your GoPro and a good option for doing that. So I've tried in the past to put ND filters on my GoPro with mediocre success. The best option that I had was to put a one that's kind of like window tint film. So basically it attaches directly to the front of the lens there, and you get whatever the ND setting is, you know, if it's ND4, ND8, ND16, whatever, but you can't really change it. You're kind of stuck with whatever that is. So that's not a great option unless the conditions that you're flying in are really the same all the time, or if you've got several GoPros and you've had a different ND filter on each one. Neither of those are good options for me, namely because I have one GoPro Session and I don't have any other ones. And my flying conditions vary a lot when I fly, so that really isn't a good option for me. If you've got like a GoPro Hero 6 or a 7, they have ND filters that attach right there on the front, and you can kind of swap those around so you don't really have this problem. But for the Session, they don't really have those. And the ones that they do have that are like that don't work great for the way that we mount our GoPros on the quad, or they're just really crappy design. Either the lenses are really bad or the attachments like really flimsy. Most of the time the attachments are really flimsy, and then you've got bad quality lenses also. So those really don't work. So I've been trying to find something that would work well for me. So why, you may ask, would you want to do this? There's a variety of reasons, and for a lot of people it really wouldn't matter and you really wouldn't care. For the most part, that's kind of been the camp that I've been in most of the time. But here lately I've been wanting to kind of play around and get just slightly better footage. And I thought maybe if I use this ND filter I might be able to do that. So the idea behind what this does, an ND filter basically reduces the aperture by like 2 stops. I think it's the right term. I think it's aperture. If I'm wrong, scorch me in the comments. But anyways, reduces it by 2 stops, which basically means it's like putting sunglasses on. And so what happens is the camera, to compensate for that, has to reduce the shutter speed down to open the lens up longer. So that's if you're in auto mode. But if you are in a fixed shutter mode, then if you don't have an ND filter, then you know your fixed shutter is whatever it is, and the lighting conditions are probably going to be too bright. You can get away with a fixed shutter if the lighting conditions are right, that suits your shutter. But what this ND filter does is allows you to control the lighting conditions. So you can basically make it darker outside so that you can have a slower shutter, or you can, you know, lessen that darkening effect if you don't need to slow the, you know, if you don't need to reduce the lighting by that much. So, you know, middle of the day you might need an ND16, you know, late in the evening you might want an ND4 or no ND filter, or maybe an ND8, depending on, you know, how bright it is. But why would you want to do that? Why would you want to slow your shutter down? Well, what that's going to do is that is going to kind of give you a little bit of a motion blur. It's going to kind of smooth out the video because the camera is holding the shutter open longer for each frame, so to get more light in, and as a result you get that motion blur. You know, just like if you have a regular camera and you slow your shutter down and take a picture and somebody moves, they're blurred, right? And you're like, oh, what'd you move for? Well, that's kind of what it does. It kind of slows that shutter down, so you get on the edges of your video where it's not really focused. You're going, or it's not off in the distance there, you know, the things that are moving, you're going to get that motion blur. And the change between frames lessens, so that's where people see that you get a less of a jello effect, right? Because the blurring of the motion hides the jello that the little vibrations that you would normally see. So that's kind of why a lot of people want to do it. That's not the reason I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it to control the shutter, and to be able to control the ISO settings. And the reason that I wanted to do that was, one, you get that nice blurry motion, which really smooths things out. but more importantly for me, it allows me to control the light. So I don't know if you've noticed, but when you're flying, you're like in bright and you like transition, like you flip over and you're looking at the ground. So it has a second there where you've got that, the video gets a little darker, then it adjusts and it gets brighter. Well, that's the shutter speed adjusting on the camera in auto mode to compensate for the lighting changes. But if you have a fixed shutter, then whatever you're looking at here, it's going to be the same shutter speed as you go down, so you're not going to get that darkening, brightening, darkening, brightening transition with your video. And that was the reason that I wanted to do it. I wanted to put the camera in, you know, a little more of a manual setting. When you take pictures, if you want to get the best results with your pictures, you put your camera in manual and you learn how to control your shutter, your aperture, all that. You know, you control all of that stuff and get the exact look that you want, the exact effect that you want. If you do an auto mode, you can get great pictures, but you can't get the very best pictures in all circumstances. Maybe in some, but not in all. So that was the reason that I wanted to do it. So I've looked for options on how to do this. You know, like I said, a lot of different ways of doing it, and I've not had any good success. So the other day, again, this, you know, thought came up. I was like, all right, I'm going to look again. I'm going to see if there's any options for some kind of removable ND filter for the GoPro Hero Session, or the Session 4, Session 5, right? And, you know, I really wasn't expecting to find anything, and I just happened across this cool company, Fotodioxpro.com, and they had removable ND filters for the GoPro Hero Session 4 and 5. And not only did they have those, they had these ones, and they actually looked like they were decent quality, and the design of them made me to go, yes, that's what I've been waiting on. It's something that I can actually put on there and then still mount this on the quad. So let me show you what these look like here. Let me get it. All right, so this is one of the filters. Check that sucker out. And I've got my GoPro in there right now. See this little rubberized case? That is what the ND filter is in. And it actually, you can actually take these out and you can put other things in it. You don't have to actually, you could get one and get replaceable lenses and drop them in there if you want, I think. I haven't tried that yet, but so they've got these in like ND4, ND8, ND16, ND32. They even have a circular polarized lens that you can get as well for your GoPro Session. So I picked up the 4, the 8, and the 16 because I thought that that would be the ranges that I needed. I didn't think I needed a 32 because I didn't figure I was going to be flying conditions where I would need a 32. So I got these, and I tested these out, and if you saw my video from yesterday, then you will have seen the result of what that looks like. And I have to say that is the smoothest video I think I have ever put out. And here's the thing. That was flying on a frame that's cracked. I mean, a big crack in the bottom. And not only that, really old motors. And not only that, a bent prop. So when you see the video, you're going to be like, wow, that's a big difference. Yeah. So I was flying in the evening. It was about 4:30. So sun's starting to go down. So you have that really nice golden hour look. And then this just added to it. Oh my God, it just looks so good. So I really like the way this works. Your GoPro just slides up in there. It's just, you know, a little rubberized thing. Here, let me show you here. See, it just pops out, slides out there. And what's interesting is it's got a little notched area inside of here, and your GoPro kind of, when it slides up in there, it kind of clicks in almost. It locks in place, which is really cool. So you just take this and you put this on your quad and strap her in, and you're good to go. So yeah, this won't work for the typical GoPro mounts a lot of people use on their quads. You know, the ones where you slide the GoPro in, the little PPU mounts. It doesn't work for that. But if you've got one that's like an open top and it's kind of like a couch sits in there, this works perfect. So I don't have those, but I took one that a friend of mine had made and I turned it into a couch. Let me show you what that looks like. So it originally looked something like this, right? You know, you've got this, and your session slides in right there, and then you look out the front here, right? That's kind of how they normally look. But I modified it. And this is what it looks like now. So basically I cut the top off and the front off. And so then I can set my GoPro down right on that and then just strap it in with a Velcro strap. Boom. Works. And the rubberized, you know, the rubberized stuff around this here kind of protects your GoPro a little bit there. And it makes it, you know, keeps it in place nice, keeps it from sliding around really nice, which works good. The little extra on top of here kind of keeps your strap from, you know, accidentally hitting the button. And yeah, it works really good. These lenses, these are not glass. So not the highest quality ND lenses you can get, but the quality is pretty nice. They are a resin, a kind of a hardened resin type material. And so, you know, real good in scratch resistance. So that's good. The fact they're not glass, they'll probably hold up a little better to crashes, though I don't know how well the crash would be, how well it would handle that. But the fact this is just a rubberized case, you could just replace it pretty easily, so that's not too bad. Give you a little extra protection for your GoPro too, since there's an extra layer between your GoPro and whatever you hit, so that's always a plus. Weight-wise, I don't know what these weigh. I guess I can weigh that really quick here. Let's see. Have I got my weighing thing here? Yeah. All right, so we know that the GoPro weighs like 72 grams. So I'll put this on here and see what it weighs. We are at 98 grams, so I guess about 26 grams with the lens. That's about that weighs, maybe 27 grams. Let me see here. If I take the GoPro out, if I can do that with one hand. All right, so my GoPro, just make sure, I think it's 71 grams or 72 grams. Yeah, 72 grams. So 98 with the GoPro, so the mount weighs 26 grams. So that's not too bad. I mean, it's a little heavy. I guess let's see what this, as a comparison, this has no lens or anything. Let's see what this weighs. Let me zero that out a little bit. Hang on, let's make sure. Yeah, so this without a lens weighs 28 grams. So I'm actually 2 grams lighter with that ND filter, that big massive ND filter, and the rubberized piece around it. So, and then I lost a few grams because I took the top off and the front off. So, yeah. So there you go. Thought you guys might want to see what I was doing there with those. I'm really impressed with the quality. I've only had a couple flights with it. I flew in really bright sunlight the other day. I was just kind of playing with the settings, and I had some smudges on my lens, and so the results were terrible. But you can see from yesterday's video, you can see, you know, what it looks like when you got a nice clean lens. So I'm going to do some more tests midday, you know, again with like the really harsh lighting, and I want to see what those look like with a clean lens. But overall, I'm really happy with it. A couple of little things to note about it, though. You will notice, if you look, you'll see a little darker edges on the corners there when you're in Superview. I'm not sure exactly where it's getting the shading from there, but you know, you've got that very slight vignetting effect there, I guess, you know, on the edges. If you are in wide, you don't see it hardly at all, and if you're in linear, you don't see it at all. So depending on your application, you know, that may or may not be a drawback for you. I don't know. For me, I kind of like the effect of it a little bit. It's not too bad. Yeah, I guess that's about it. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and I will have a link to their site down there below where you can find these different lenses for the ones that I've got. And also I'll put a link down there to the video that I came across. This is how I found them. I was just searching and I came across a YouTube video, and I'll put a link to their video there as well. And if you like them, you know, tell them where you found them. I bought them. They didn't give them to me. Oh, they did give me something cool though. Let me see if I've got it in here. Yes, I do. So I ordered those three, and I opened my package, and there was something extra in there. I pulled it out. It was this thing, and I looked at it, and I was like, "Oh, cool, bottle opener." And I figured this part here was just the part that you attach to your your keychain or something. Nope. And then the astute among you will know exactly what this is for. And if you don't, I'm going to show you real quick. This is really cool. Let me see, where is it? I have one here handy. What do I do with it? I don't know what I do with it. Oh, I know what I do with it. It's under my desk. Alright, so recognize that shape there now? See that? See that? Yes, indeedy. It is for putting on, tightening, and loosening the little nut thing there on your GoPro mounts. This is pretty cool. So I'll pop on there and show you. Boom! Check that out. Is that not cool? It's pretty neat. These suckers are like $10. Didn't they get it to me for free? So I didn't order it. Wasn't expecting it. Opened up the package and this was in here. And it looks cool, you know, cool looking fish there. And it's got their logo and stuff on there. It's got their name on there, Fotodiox Pro. But yeah, this is pretty neat. Nice and metal. Feels like it's pretty sturdy. Yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, you know, hit that like button. If you want to see more of this type of content, hit that subscribe button. Hit the little notification bell if you don't want to miss out on anything. And I hope you guys have a great day. Go out and do something inspiring for people. Go be the good people that you are, and I will see you guys in the next video.